y'all, and welcome back to Lantern Creek Farm. Guys, that intro, I had like. I'm gonna leave it just to laugh at myself. My face, though, in that, I was like, I don't care, though. It's just funny. Okay, so guys, we planted the vegetables yesterday. We still got a few that we're going to want to get some heirloom breeds that we didn't find at the greenhouse yesterday. But we're gonna go, or the day before yesterday is actually when we got them. We're gonna plant our flowers. And so I want to plant this in 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 memory or in a conversation that I had with a dear friend and a YouTuber here on YouTube. You need to go check out her channel. Her channel is Harmon Homestead. I'll go ahead and try to link her below. And she asked me, she said, every year I fill my garden beds and my raised beds full of vegetables and stuff. And she said, but this year, my goal is to plant some just things that are pretty, some pretty flowers. And she asked me if I did it. I said, absolutely. Yes, 100%. What is a garden without some pretty flowers in it? I am all for planting your food and growing your food, obviously. We, eat a lot of what we grow, but I love just a good, beautiful, beautiful, just patch of wildflowers. And so that's what we're going to plant today. We're going to plant a couple different varieties, and I'll go ahead and pull them out and show you all in just a second. But guys, it's one of those things. It's beauty, but on top of being beauty, there's also the amazing benefit of having some pollinators come in, and pollinators are not going to hurt your garden. They're going to help it. And so I'm going to show you what we got, and then we'll get to planting them. All right, guys. So if you all don't browse the dollar store for some good flowers, some good seed for flowers, you are missing out, because a lot of times you can find a lot of varieties. A few of these things we've grown. So let's see. In this bag here, we have zinnias. This is just a mixed blend of that I saved last year. We had them separated by color, but then we just combined them in this bag here. You can still, I saved them while they still had color on them. That way we could tell the difference in the colors. And so we've got pink and orange and yellow and just purple and all the colors. So I'm going to be planting some of those. These are the packs that you can get from dollar store. The dollar store. This specific pack, we have other ones that are in the house, but I grabbed these. It's called Wildflower Blend Bird and Butterfly. So this is definitely going to be attractive to the pollinators. And one good thing about, sorry, something's biting me, I believe. One good thing, I'm probably sitting at ants. One good thing about these seed packs here is you don't have to dig a hole for them. You just run the rake along the ground, which it tells you on the back. You run the rake along the ground, and you just toss it in, and then just kind of scatter it over with your hands or the rake and kind of cover it up, and there you go. Water it, and there you go. And it's the same thing with the zinnias. And next we have some nasturtium. These are wonderful and beautiful plants to have in the garden. They also have medicinal uses. A lot of people use them. We may not. But anyways, they're good for their beauty. This is the jewel mixed color variety. And this is an older pack. The sell by date is 2022. So they might come up, they might not. I mean, it's okay. It's okay if they don't. We'll have plenty. And what is a garden without some sunflowers? So we got a little packet of sunflowers. These look like they're just, let's see. These are the Mammoth Russian. So these are going to be, hopefully, maybe good size. Let's see. I'm definitely getting bit by something. It says large head. So these are very big. I didn't realize these were the mammoth. And so we might have to put these somewhere by themselves instead of right in the garden. That way they can expand and get some good size on them. So that's what we got. Now, most of the garden is planted. There's a few spots that we need to put some other vegetables, and so I don't want to take big large spaces with the flowers, but I do want to make sure that we've got some flowers scattered here and there in the garden. So right here, I believe I'm going to plant the bird and butterfly mix that we just kind of scatter along the ground. So these are our bean trellises. We've got one that is 3 16-foot cattle panels. The other one is two 16-foot cattle panels and then a half. And I think along the end there is where I'm going to scatter some flowers. I might do it on the outside actually, through here. That way if anybody wants to plant anything there that they can maybe squeeze it in. I might do it along the outside here. The only thing is we need plenty of sun, and we do have one shade tree left. As you can tell, we have some pines here that the tornado took away. They're still kind of laying on the ground. They're on our neighboring property, the neighbor's property, and they are wanting to use them for their own uses. And so we said, sure, you know, whatever. And so we're going to maybe do these along the outside here. So we have some corn right here. These are the bean trellises. And this is kind of just like a walking path through here. And so I'll have to mark it with some stakes to let people know that there's stuff here. I'm going to go ahead and break up the ground. That's a root. Alright, now we got to cover it up kind of loosely and then we'll water. Alright, let's go grab our watering can. So we're in the potato patch here, and I think what I'm going to do is a couple of the sunflower seeds on either end of the potatoes. I think that will be beautiful. I don't want to do high or very many of them because I don't want to block the sun off of the potatoes in the garden. So we're going to want to plant these about a ½ inch deep. I'm going to do 2 seeds per hole. Well, that was 3 seeds. Just in case some of them don't come up. And I run out of water. My jug has a leak in it, and so I'll come back and water this area. There's a spot right here that nobody has put anything. The potatoes start on this line, and so what I'm thinking is I might do, I didn't use all of this bird and butterfly mix. And so I think I'm going to put some just on this corner here. Now I'll just cover the seed up. And then we'll water it when we get done. All right, guys, the more I think about it, I was going to put those nasturtiums up here, but I'm thinking I'm going to put them maybe something somewhere that's a little less high traffic just for their daintiness. So we might put them in one of the raised beds or the garden beds around here. But we'll wait and see. Now, you see where I planted that the bird and butterfly mix here, where you just scatter on the ground? This right here, as you can see, there's a stake, hopefully, right there, that marks the end of this potato patch. So nothing is planted from here to here. Now this area right here, as you can see, is kind of packed down. I hope you can. It's packed down, and it's a walkway that we use. But right here is being used for absolutely nothing. So I think that this is going to be a beautiful place to put our zinnias. As you can see, he's hard at work. You hard at work? He's laying on the swing right there. Talk about rotten. Let's get these zinnias in the ground. Showed you all, but we just got a good mix of these. If you've never pulled any of these out, he's hollering at me. Hold on. That man, I love him to death. All right, so what you do typically is you're going to pull that seed out of the bottom there. As you can see, a lot of times they're going to be black if they're ready to go. But I'm just going to scatter these. We're going to see what comes up. I want to do multiple different colors though. So that was pink. Here's some purple. Alright, there's a yellow orangey color. Alright, I got a bunch of varieties and different colors planted up. Now I'm just going to go like this. And what makes it under the ground is what goes. I filled it pretty full, so it ain't going to hurt it if some don't make it. Like I said, this is fun. This ain't for nothing crazy. I'm going to throw some of these sunflower seeds in here for good measure. We'll see what comes up. The fun thing about planting flowers like this, just in your vegetable garden, is that they're beautiful, but you're not as, like set on where they need to go, or even if they come up. If they don't germinate, it's okay. It's not that big of a loss. And so that's why I like doing it, because it's just a no fuss, no muss kind of thing, but something that adds a lot of beauty to the garden as well. While I was editing this video, I realized I did not do an ending. So here's a clip from last summer. As you can see, we've got our flowers in the garden. This is what I'm talking about, guys. It has so much beauty to the garden. But appreciate y'all watching, y'all. I appreciate y'all hanging out, and I want you to know I thank you so much for supporting us. We'll see you later, guys. Bye.